You're listening to an IOE podcast from the UCL Institute of Education. Powered by UCL Minds.
It's so weird to be recording this from home and practicing in such circumstances. I was in the IOE building earlier this year working on pre-production and the podcasting team, but of course, as the world has changed, so did our plans to do face-to-face interviews with our guests as part of a new series for the IOE podcast. My name's Rob Webster and I'm an Associate Professor at the Centre for Inclusive Education at the IOE in London. I want to introduce the wonderful Dr. Humera Iqbal, who'll also be joining us on this journey. She's a lecturer in psychology at another of the research centres at the Institute called the Thomas Coram Research Unit. And funnily enough, her office in Bloomsbury is the building right next door to mine, but we've never met in person.
So true. Hello, Rob. It's really strange that we're meeting for the first time through digital means.
I know, unusual times. So, neighbour, what do you do at the IOE and how long have you been living next door?
Well, I joined the Institute in 2013, and at the moment I lecture students here in social sciences, but I also research on families and young people, especially those from minority and migrant groups. I look at how they access institutions, mobilise, and the place of young people in these groups. Separately, I also study well-being and its link to culture. What about you, Rob? I've read that your focus is on teaching assistants and special education needs. Why teaching assistants?
Well, I used to be one. I started here 15 years ago on a large-scale research project that looked at the deployment and the impact of teaching assistants in schools. So I was really lucky in that I was able to bring my research skills and my practical experience in classrooms to what was at the time a small and overlooked corner of educational research. I've done a fair bit of work in this space and we'll be exploring that in one of the early episodes of this series. So Humera, tell me, what inspired you to focus on psychology?
Oh, well, I actually work in a really interdisciplinary way, but my particular interest in psychology all stem back to my brilliant brother Hassan, who has special needs. Hassan's just been such a big inspiration to all of us in my family. He's just such a gift and just an incredible person. But now I'm really excited to hear more about what our listeners can expect on Research for the Real World. Rob, tell us more.
Well, we're going to be talking to researchers and academics at the IOE who are all involved in different aspects of education and social science. So they work in and with schools and beyond that. And we're going to be talking to them about the work that they've done and do and the particular areas of research. We'll find out about the contributions that they've made and the impact their work has had in terms of policy and practice. Changes that may have affected the lives of our listeners and their families without them realising it was the IOE that was making the difference. As it says on the tin, we'll look at research in the real world with examples of what this impact looks like in schools and classrooms and elsewhere.
If you're a teacher or a school leader, or if you're thinking about becoming one, maybe studying or training here at the IOE, we'd love to have you. This will be a really important series to listen to. Also, policymakers, students of education and social sciences, research lovers, and anyone at all with even a passing interest in education and social matters, both in the UK and in the wider world. This podcast is absolutely for you too.
Academics have a reputation for talking to each other. It's a bit of a closed shop at times. With this series, we want to change that by lifting the lid on what we get up to here and let you in behind the scenes on the research process.
Yes, and we cannot wait to share it all with you.
And remember, you can listen and subscribe to the IOE podcast on your preferred podcasting app to make sure you don't miss an episode when we release a new one.
Thanks so much for downloading and listening to this IOE podcast from the UCL Institute of Education, University College London.